Hello, my name is Josh Hansen, and this is my personal introduction for EDL 851, Module 1. To begin, I'm going to talk about my personal life. I graduated from Mulvane High School in 2010. The reason that I include that in my video is because I am one of those teachers that returned to their hometown and now serve as a teacher in a district where I was once a student. Upon graduating, I attended Pittsburgh State University, where I earned my degree in elementary education, certifying me to teach grades K through 6. I've been teaching for 7 years now. My teaching experience has come at Highland Elementary and Mulvane Grade School. I am married to my wife, Michaela. We have been married for 2 years in August. We have one daughter together. Her name is Maddox Taylor. She is 8 months old. And we have 2 dogs together. Their names are Champ and Ava. Going into more detail about my professional life, as I mentioned in the last slide, my teaching career began at Columbus, Kansas at Highland Elementary, where I was a 3rd grade teacher and taught all subject areas. I really enjoyed my time in Highland. It taught me about the responsibilities and duties that come with the profession and really helped prepare me for my new role in Mulvane. I have been working at Mulvane Grade School since August of 2014. Where I work as a 5th grade math and science teacher. While in Mulvane, I've coached several sports. I currently am the high school assistant cross-country coach, the middle school head boys basketball coach, and the middle school head girls basketball coach. Also, while in Mulvane, I've been given several leadership opportunities. I serve on our building leadership team. I also work on the SEL relationship team. I serve as a member of our district MTSS leadership team. I have been involved on our bond issue committee, and I also am a member of our math curriculum and instruction team representing the grade school. Next, getting into our assignment a little bit more as we do the critical analysis of building professional capacity. And we are working to develop and engage staff in a collaborative professional culture that's designed to promote school improvement, teacher retention, and the success and well-being of each student and adult in the building. So, in this next slide, I'll go through different strategies my district uses to develop collaborative professional culture in the areas of improvement, retention, learning, and well-being. I found on this slide that a lot of these bullets kind of overlap together, and I found that a lot of the information in my district is gathered through our walkthrough data. So our administrative team has a goal of walking through each teacher's classroom twice a month, and we gather data on areas like engagement and technology usage, and we use the information from that data to then identify some of our weaknesses, and then for our professional development days, we try to gear them towards some of our weaker areas that we found in our data. We also use that, the data is immediately given back to the teachers, so we are able to use our information from our walkthroughs to discuss strategies at our weekly department plan times so that we can improve our instruction for our students. In the areas of retention and learning, I included our late start meetings. In my district, we have a 1 hour on Wednesday mornings to discuss the direction of the district and gives teachers an opportunity to be informed and voice their opinions and kind of share part in the vision and goals of the district. For the areas of retention and learning, I also used our GEI process. We use GEI in our district to evaluate interventions and provide teachers with new strategies they could be using in their classroom to support student learning. We also have our peer evaluations. Our peer evaluations also connect with our walkthrough data. We had our teachers go through a Google document and identify strengths in their classroom, and then teachers are able to sign up and go observe in another classroom. So if a teacher found that technology was a weakness of theirs, they could sign up to come observe another teacher and see if they can implement some of the things they are using. And we found that from those observations, we're able to evaluate ourselves and implement some of those strategies to help support the learning in our classroom. In the area of well-being, my principal is new to our district. Last year was her second year, and since she's been there, she has allotted 10-minute meetings each month for every staff member to meet with her. It's completely optional, and you go in and it can be personal or professional, but in those meetings she's able to develop stronger relationships with their staff members and just kind of check in, make sure that they're doing well and help in any way possible. We also have a health and wellness team. Our health and wellness team puts on an event once a year. They bring in different vendors promoting healthy lifestyles, and they also put together different activities that allow our staff members to interact and boost that positive culture throughout our district. We also have monthly team builders that our social committee puts on. Our social committee has themed days, lunches, events outside of the school just to, again, help strengthen those relationships within our building and create a collaborative culture. Our SEL curriculum and relationship team also does different things to implements different strategies to promote the well-being of our students and staff. A lot of it is geared towards the curriculum, but as we model those behaviors, we also see it carry over into our teachers' adult lives as well. So what role do relationships, trust, and the well-being play in the development of health and effective professional culture? In this slide, I found this slide to be very important in my presentation because without these three components, I don't know that a school can truly operate successfully. So the role of relationships in the development of a healthy and effective culture, by gaining and developing relationships, we improve in the areas of engagement and overall attitude of both our adults and our students. When we're able to create these strong relationships, we can set goals and work to learn and achieve together. The role of trust is also huge in the development of healthy and effective professional culture. If our staff doesn't trust the direction of our district, then we don't have that buy-in that we need in order to operate successfully. So in my district, they do a really good job of trying to communicate decisions and create that shared vision with common goals and allow teacher input so that teachers feel valued. The role of the well-being is also important in the development of our healthy and effective professional culture, and I believe it's achieved through that open communication that I mentioned, through relationships and trust. When we build in those two areas, we're able to create that welcome and inclusive environment that is conducive for our staff and for our students to operate successfully. It allows us to enables us to overcome difficulties in the classroom and in our personal lives. And lastly, as we look at how this all ties together to the success and well-being of our students and adults, when we're able to create that collaborative professional culture, we see benefits for our adults and our students. When we create that shared vision and common goals, we see a buy-in from the staff and a sense of value and connection to the direction that the district is headed. That collaborative culture also promotes that effective teaching and effective learning, and it helps us to recognize our strengths and our weaknesses. It allows us to be open to new things and gives us an opportunity to try and fail and learn from those failures. Another benefit of collaborative professional culture is that it allows us to develop and strengthen our relationships. As we build those relationships, we create that sense of belonging and a positive culture that makes our school an enjoyable and welcoming place for all of our stakeholders. So that is my introduction video for EDL 851 Module 1. I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to working with you guys and learning from you throughout this course. Thank you for watching.